Sit down, shut up, and listen, because there are 7 harsh truths hitting you right now, and you are learning them way too late. You walked into the room today, and nobody looked up. Did you notice that? Or are you still pretending you're the main character in a movie that ended 10 years ago? Welcome to your 50s, son. Welcome to the Great Vanishing Act. For the last 30 years, you were the hunter, the provider, the guy making things happen. When you spoke, people listened. But lately, things feel different, don't they? You tell a joke, it falls flat. You give advice to your kids, they roll their eyes and go back to their screens. At work, the younger guys are polite to you. Too polite. It's not respect anymore, is it? It's pity. They look at you like a piece of vintage furniture they haven't figured out how to throw away yet. You're just taking up space. I know the feeling. I remember the exact morning I woke up with my back screaming in pain, realizing I had become completely, utterly invisible. You stand in front of that mirror at 2 a.m., looking at the thinning hair, the deep lines carving into your face, the gut you can't seem to lose. You look at your wife, sleeping facing the wall, feeling like a stranger you happen to share a mortgage with, and a terrifying question hits you right in the chest. I sacrificed half a century for this? Is this all there is? You swallowed your pride, you worked the overtime, you paid the bills, but you wake up at 55 and realize you just built a very comfortable cage, and nobody gave you the key. Let me take you back to 1989. I was exactly where you are now, right in the thick of it. I can still smell it, the stench of burnt, stale Folgers coffee sitting on the warmer at 8 p.m., the hum of those cheap fluorescent lights beating down on my skull. I was the man back then, pushing 50, vice president of whatever the hell it was. I wore the power suits. I had the heavy leather briefcase that I dragged around like a badge of honor. I bought the illusion hook, line, and sinker. I signed my life away on a 30-year mortgage for a massive 4-bedroom house in a quiet cul-de-sac. Why? Did my wife need 4 bedrooms? No. Did my son care about the imported marble countertops? Hell no. I bought it so the guy next door, a guy I didn't even like, would look at my driveway and think, damn, he's doing well. That was the ego talking, the great American male ego. And feeding that beast cost me everything that actually mattered. I traded dinners with my wife for cold takeout at my desk. I told myself I'm providing. I'm building a future for us. I missed my son's Little League games. I convinced myself that the year-end bonus check would somehow make up for the empty seat in the bleachers. Let me tell you a secret about those bonus checks, son. They don't buy back time. They don't buy back the way your kid looks at you when you actually show up. Then the recession hit in the early 90s. The company I bled for, the one that couldn't survive without me, they laid me off on a Tuesday afternoon, gave me a cardboard box, a fake apology, and a severance package that barely covered my ridiculous mortgage for 6 months. I drove back to that massive house, and for the first time in years, I really looked around. It was dead silent. My son was already packing for college. My wife was sitting in the living room, but she might as well have been on the moon. We had nothing left to say to each other. I had spent 20 years paying for the roof over her head and forgot to actually live under it with her. I built an empire of dirt, and I was the king of absolutely nothing. You think that's just some ancient history from the 90s? You think things are different now because you have a smartphone? Let me tell you what happened just last Tuesday. I was sitting in the waiting room at the cardiology clinic, routine checkup for an old engine like mine. The place smelled like industrial bleach and quiet desperation. Sitting across from me was a guy, maybe 54, 55, wearing a tailored wool suit that probably cost more than my first car. He had a Bluetooth earpiece jammed in his ear, pacing the cheap linoleum floor. His face was beet red, a vein throbbing in his neck. He was barking at someone about a delayed shipment or a merged account. He was trying so hard to project power, to show everyone in that miserable waiting room that he was important, that his time was worth thousands of dollars a minute. He thought he was a titan of industry, but to the Grim Reaper or the cardiologist behind that door, he was just another chart, a walking heart attack waiting to clock out. A tired nurse came out. "Mr. Davis," she called. This fool actually held up a finger to shush the nurse. He told his phone, "Hold on, I got to deal with this," like his own life or death test results were an inconvenience to his schedule. The nurse didn't get mad. She just looked at him with this dead, hollow pity. Then the doctor stepped out. The doctor didn't yell. He just said a few words. And I watched that guy's whole world collapse in 3 seconds. He dropped the phone. The color drained from his face. Suddenly, that expensive suit looked 3 sizes too big for him. I looked at him, and I saw a ghost. I saw myself from 30 years ago. And honestly, son, I see you. You're standing on the exact same trap door, and the rope is about to snap. So wake up. Stop feeling sorry for yourself and listen to me. Here are the 7 harsh truths you need to swallow right now before it's too late. Truth number 1, the company doesn't give a damn about you. You think loyalty pays? If you drop dead at your desk tomorrow, HR will post your job opening on LinkedIn before your widow even picks out a casket. Stop bleeding for an entity that doesn't have a heart to bleed back for you. Truth number 2, your kids never wanted your money. They wanted a father. You thought writing a check for their college tuition bought you a pass. Now they're 25, they don't call, and you wonder why. You weren't there to build the bridge when they were boys, so don't be shocked. You can't cross it now that they are men. Truth number 3, your wife is acting like a roommate because you stopped pursuing her 2 decades ago. You expect a standing ovation just for paying the mortgage? Women don't fall in love with a bank account. You starved the romance, you let the fire die, and now you're complaining about the cold. Truth number 4, nobody cares about your title or your net worth. The only people keeping score are the IRS and the guy trying to sell you a bigger gravestone. Truth number 5, your ego is the poison that's destroying your peace. Your pride kept you warm when you were building your little kingdom in your 30s. Now, in your 50s, it's just a heavy suit of armor, isolating you from anyone who might actually care about you. Take it off. Truth number 6, your body is charging compound interest. Every missed hour of sleep, every glass of scotch to numb the stress, every weekend you sat on the couch instead of moving. The bill has arrived, and bankruptcies of the body don't have a bailout plan. But here is the final truth. Truth number 7, you are not dead yet. You are in the 4th quarter of the game, my friend. The clock is ticking down. The score is not in your favor, but you are still on the damn field. You still have time to fix the damage, but you don't have a single second left to waste on feeling sorry for yourself. They might hang up on you. They might yell, or they might just cry, because they've been waiting 20 years to hear their old man admit he's human. Do it anyway. Action number 3, face the math, both in your bank account and your body. Look at your 401k without lying to yourself. If you're going to have to work at Home Depot until you're 75 to survive, accept it now. Stop living a lifestyle you can't afford just to impress people who don't care about you. Go to the doctor. Tell him the truth about how much you drink and how little you sleep. Stop hiding from the blood work. You can't fix an engine if you refuse to open the hood. It's going to hurt. Stripping away an ego you spent 50 years building is like tearing off a layer of skin. But underneath that armor, there is a man who still has time to mean something to the people who matter. You've spent the last 50 years building a resume. It's time to start building a eulogy. You can't rewrite the first 3/4 of the game. The mistakes are made. The time is gone. But how you play these final minutes, that's what they will remember. That is your legacy. Don't be the guy who flatlines with a massive bank account and an absolutely empty hospital room. I've given you the map out of the cage, but you have to be the one to turn the key. Stop staring at this damn screen. Get up. Go be a husband. Go be a father. Go be a man. I've said my piece. I'm tired now. Go, before it's too late. Make it count.